Now, according to our next guest, this war is gruesome, but he says it doesn't even compare to his great-grandfather who survived Stalingrad or his great-grandmother who lived through the genocide and starvation brought on by the Soviet Union. With that said, Sviatoslav Yurash says that right now, this is a defining moment for Ukraine, and he and his generation will survive and win this long and brutal war if they continue to resist. Sviatoslav is the youngest member, by the way, of Ukraine's parliament ever. He joins me now for more. Great to have you with me. You know, you said that your people, your great-grandparents, they survived generations of wars. What makes this conflict so different, and how are you and your family holding up?
Well, first, you all see this conflict. You all understand what's happening right now. You have reporters from everywhere around the world trying to report on every part of this struggle, of this battle for our very survival. So the point here is that nobody is blind if they don't choose to be. And everybody can see the human catastrophe that Russia is making here for every part of the world to understand. And the decision for inaction is only decision taken by the governments that choose to be blind to the situation. The reality is those benefits, they were not gotten by my ancestors who essentially were fighting those gruesome battles that you can never imagine without anyone ever noticing. Now we have the voice for the world to hear.
And it's been said it's the most documented war to date, and that is because of our ability to Zoom with leaders like you and all these social media platforms that have taken in videos and statements from all sides. It's pretty quite remarkable. So what do you make of President Zelensky's conditions for a compromise with Russia, that he would abandon hopes of joining NATO and accept neutrality in return for Russia withdrawing its troops and security guarantees from Western countries? Your thoughts?
This is much misreading of what he actually said. He was pressed by Western reporters to discuss hypotheticals. In reality, right now, we cannot agree on a ceasefire with the Russians. They're denying even that. And everything we agree on, such as humanitarian corridors, they are violating every single chance they get, turning those humanitarian corridors into killing zones. The reality is NATO essentially is the direction set up by the Constitution of Ukraine, which it lays out very clearly our direction for policy to join NATO and EU in our efforts to become part of the West. As far as the question of neutrality or security guarantees, Ukraine understands security guarantees. We had security guarantees when we gave them up third biggest nuclear arsenal in the world. And when Crimea was seized and when Donbass started, nothing happened. So believe me, myself and most of my parliamentarian colleagues will be scrutinizing this situation very carefully, because for us it's very clear that security guarantees, if they're not backed up, can mean loss of everything.
Well, then let me ask you, considering your family's history, considering what you know, if indeed Russia would agree to, Ukraine and Russia would agree to a potential agreement here, do you think Russia would honor a potential agreement?
I do not think that, because Russia hasn't honored any part of any agreements we had through the years of our independence. The fact of the matter is that those agreements are very much hypotheticals at the moment, because, again, Russia cannot agree on even basics there. And all of the points that we are discussing happening as our cities are getting pummeled by Russian Air Force, Russian artillery, Russian cruise missiles, and the fighting is happening about 30 minutes away from where I'm sitting right now. So the point here is that it's very hard to think of negotiations or peace when there's a battle going on all around us.
If you don't mind, I would like to take a moment, because not only do you have a voice upon the parliament there, the youngest member of parliament, we want to add again there in Ukraine, your girlfriend, the Ukrainian journalist, Alexandra Sasha Kushanova, was killed while working as a producer with Fox News here in the United States, one of the crews out of here. I know that has been difficult for you. You had known her since you were a teenager. What do you want the world to know about her? And how is your position there in Parliament as a man who's staying in his country, fighting for his country, just going to keep her legacy and her work alive?
She was full of life, full of ambition, and she was telling the story of this gruesome war to the world when the Russians killed her. I mean, it's very important to understand there are thousands of Alexandras getting killed around Ukraine every single day. And the point is the world has the power to stop this madness, can stop this gruesome reality from occurring to all and each and every one of us. So the point here is that we can try and stop this. Every chance we have this conversation with all these reporters, all this media around the world, they keep saying this, and your leaders keep deflecting the very basic point of the instruments you possess in your power, in your awesome power, which you have developed through the years to stop this madness. As far as legacy, Alexandra loved many things, but one thing she kept very private was her poetry. And I do want to publish her amazing poems for the world to know her as the soul that she was, unforgettable soul that she was.
Well, I was also told she was an incredible writer. I look forward to hearing that poetry. I hope you'll share it with us, and we would be happy to share that clearly with our viewers as well. Sviatoslav Yurash, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.